Hi, I'm Gary, welcome to my channel and welcome to today's build, the Churchill AVRE Bridge laying tank in 1/76 scale from Matchbox. Matchbox was a British company active mainly in the 1970s and 80s and very familiar to those of us of a certain age who look back on the interesting range of subjects and the multicoloured plastic the kits came in. Channel supporter Simon John sends me from time to time a Matchbox kit on the understanding that A, I open it on the channel, and B, I build it. And this is the 14th in that series. The Churchill AVRE, or Armoured Vehicle Royal Engineers, was first produced by Matchbox in 1983 and was reissued in 1992. Interestingly, Revell acquired the moulds and have released the kit in 2006 and in 2022. Now, if you enjoy the video, and I hope you do, please remember to give it the old thumbs up on the like button, ding the notification bell and subscribe to the channel. None of these cost you anything, but they do help the channel grow. So before we get to the nitty gritty of the build, here are the paints and products I used to complete it. I'm starting with the bridging element. The spar sides go onto the underside of each deck piece. Then for each pair of beams, there's a spar base and a spar end cap. The bank seat goes onto the outside end of each deck section. With the two decks complete, they can be glued together. I'll use some tape to keep the decks in place while I connect the boom. Onto the tank itself now, and I'm gluing the two halves of the petard mortar together. This sits into half of the turret. You can see I've added the coaxial machine gun as well. Then the top half of the turret goes onto the bottom. There are some outside bits to go onto the turret, such as a stowage bin, some folded covers, and so on. Now the running gear and the moulded wheel sets sit either side of the sponsons and springs to form a single unit. The drive wheels and return wheels each come in two halves. An outer plate goes onto one side of the road wheel assembly. Then the drive and return wheels go on. Then the inner plate goes on to hold the whole lot together. Now for the hull, I've put 25 grams in iron cycle weights towards the back of the body as a counterbalance to the bridge section. Then the running gear modules we've built earlier can go onto the hull base. A small washer holds the turret in place at the top plate, then that can glue onto the base of the hull. Next I'm going to assemble the winch support structure for the back of the tank. To finish the hull, there are front and rear plates that slot in. There's also the bridge carrier arms. These have an I-beam that holds them apart. Then I'm going to add the turret hatches, placed in place with a silicone picker. And now that the structure itself is set, I can add the winch and its cover. Now I can start doing some spraying, and first of all the tracks. I'm going to prime them in black and then spray on an ammo dark track colour. And when that is set, I can dry brush the tracks with some oily steel to pick out the links. For the body itself, again I've used black primer, but I'm going to spray over some dark olive green. The bridge section, I've painted the roadway in wood, I've masked it off, and then I can spray the rest of the structure in olive green. Now the rubber for the road wheels I'm going to pick out with an AK rubber black paint marker. As the tracks are largely hidden, I've glued them to the road wheels at the bottom. Then I can pull them back into the trough here and glue them directly to the model. This avoids any problems trying to join the track ends. The mudguards are going to go on top to hide all of this. Now I'm going to give the tank the slightest coat of a paler, brighter green just to lift the colour before the gloss varnish goes on. Once the varnish is dry and the mudguards are in place, I can do some panel lining to bring out all the structure and the fittings. And with the very few decals fitted and a final matte coat of varnish, I can finally assemble the model. The bridge fits into two spokes on the carrier arms. Onto the rigging, I'm using, it looks like a kind of sort of steel grey cotton, and I can attach each end using super glue. The fun bit is threading all the blocks, but super glue holds everything in place. And the last thing I'm going to do is the supplied base. I painted it with an acrylic texture, dusted some powder colour and added some pre-made scenic pieces from Temu. And thus we are done. There it is, a very enjoyable build and perhaps not as scary as I first thought. It fits together pretty well, especially as it's more than 40 years old. The rigging is probably simpler than the real thing, but still fairly impressive. And of course the included base gives you an instant diorama opportunity. I'm surprised how much fun that was, to be fair, as I'm not much of an armour builder. If nonetheless you've enjoyed this video, then please do remember to give it the old imperial thumbs up, ding the notification bell and subscribe to the channel. Thanks very much for watching today, and goodbye.